Oh, apparently I'm live. Good morning or evening, everyone, depending on what time this is where you are. I've been up all night, except for maybe I took a little nap here in my chair. I think I'm going to pour myself a little whiskey while I figure out what I'm going to do. Yeah, I'm live, believe it or not, Sunday morning. And I'm not going to stay on all that long. I've got one person watching already. Look at that. Yeah. Let's pour some of this 35-year-old Wisers. Have a little dram while I get started here. Yeah, it's the real thing. Okay. I'll put this here and see if anyone is doing any. I know it's not the best of times to be on. This is the morning at 7:41 on the west coast of Canada. Got apparently 6 people watching, believe it or not. Some of you have been staying up late, or you're waking up again because you're on the other side of the world. I don't know, whatever the case may be. Got 3 people watching. Yay, we just dropped down to half of what we had before. Nice. Oh, Carl. Hi, Quig. Sunny greetings from Belgium. Hi, Carl. Good to have you with us this morning. Let's see if a few more people join us, because I got something to do that might be important or might not be important. 2 people watching. Yay, we're dropping. They're dropping like flies. New live on your channel. Yes, I know. I've just been told that. If nobody watches, well, that's quite all right. What it is that I received a package in the mail just the other couple days ago, where I was sleeping and there was a knock on the door, and then this ended up on my doorstep. I don't know what this is. Oh, there's Simon. Hi from Australia. Only 10:30 p.m. here. Oh, very good. 4 people watching now. It's going to go up and down and up and down. I don't expect to have a lot of people watching at this hour, but that's okay. I'm curious how these guys got my address, but they got it somehow. Maybe I even gave it to them. And this little box, I'm going to open up this little box and find out what's in it. Some samples of some kind, I'm sure. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And DJ11 is here. Whoa, just opened my laptop to write on your Kilkerran vid. Oh, right, yeah, I know. I'm that vid was made weeks ago, but it went up automatically this morning. It's just that now I have the time to do this. I can't do it later in the day because I'm going to be sleeping. I'm going to go to work tonight, so I'm going to sleep later in the day. I just had a big breakfast and I feel really bloated, but that's okay. I'm going to go to sleep soon after I open this and after I have a dram. The dram is a 35-year-old Wisers that I'm having a few sips of right now. And there's Trevor Delaney saying, you stay safe. You still driving? Yeah, I'm still driving. I'll be working tonight. Howdy, Quig, and everyone. Says Santa Cruz. Santa Cruz, fantastic. Even at this strange hour, there are people watching. Let's get this guy open here. Yeah. Oh, look at this. Slancha. Blue Collar and Scholar whiskey pairing. I'm going to have to save this napkin. This here is a Blue Collar and Scholar business card. They don't want me to forget who sent this. There's a lot of these styrofoam peanuts, and here's a sample. The sample is Octomore 10.4, Virgin Oak 63.5% alcohol by volume. Thank you, guys. Thank you very much. Really appreciate this. Okay. A wee Octomore. Is there anything else in here? That would be, oh, there's more. There's more. What else have we got? Oh, goodness. These things are, look at this. They're like static electricity charged. Charged peanuts. Look at these freaking things stick to my hands. Weird. Okay, Scotch Malt Whiskey Society, 12.18, 8 year, 60.4%. Whatever floats your boat. Oh, okay. I don't know what that is, but it's what they call whatever floats your boat. More people commenting here. Santa Cruzin. Hey, Trevor and Dustin. There's DH Silv. Where is it? 11:45. Not here. Okay, 10.4 is awesome. Hey, a good one. Trevor Delaney says PEI. Oh, yes, Prince Edward Island. There you go. DJ Hello says Santa Cruzin, and DH Silv says, don't do daylight savings at Trevor Delaney. Prince Edward Island, do they have that half hour off like Newfoundland or something? I'm not sure. DJ11 says cheers at Santa Cruzin. And Espen K. Anderson says, hi, Food Quig. Here in Norway, the time is 16:45, so 4:45 in the afternoon. Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can grab something else out of here. I think that's it. That's most generous. Look at these freaking things stick to me. Okay, 2 samples. Beautiful. Beautiful. So we gotta look at this. They just stick to you. How did they make them? How did they build up such a static charge? This is weird. Never seen that happen before. Got to contain these in the box, but they keep sticking to my hand when I. Oh my good! Look, it's sticking to me. Okay, see if I can get this thing shut with all the peanuts in it. Getting the samples out. Oh, come on. All right. Everything's back in the box. So here it is. Scotch Malt Whiskey Society, 12.18, 8 year, 60.4%. And Octomore, 10.4 at 63.5. That'll do a couple of sample Sundays. And what else is going on here? Nope, says Trevor Delaney. Okay, DJ11 says 7:47 here making wings and thinking about a scotch. 7:40. I got 7:49, but that was 2 minutes ago. I'm getting behind already. Look at that. Hella Sack says hello from Denmark at 16.47. Yeah, okay. They just want to be close to the Quig. Nothing easy. The wall of whiskey looks good. Yeah, Trevor. I've made room for it to go into the kitchen. See over there, I removed the dresser. I put the dresser over here, and I made room back there for I made room for everything, for the wall to continue on into the kitchen around the corner. So that'll be good when that happens. And yeah, I'm going to go towards the end on that side, towards the end, and then on the other side, it's going to go into the kitchen. So there you are. Whoa, what else is going on here? There was another bottle in that box. Are you sure? Uh-oh. I don't believe you. It's pretty light. I don't think there's another bottle in here, but we'll just make sure. Oh yeah, you just want to see those things stick to me again, right? No. There's no other bottle in that box. There, satisfied? I'll clean it up later. Okay. So is everyone on this chat on lockdown? Yeah, I figured if people are locked down, then they're not going anywhere. They're bored, and so they'll be watching me, right? Espen K. Anderson says, NDK 50 super sticker. Thank you. I think. I'm not sure how that works now. Is that the same as the super chat? Yeah, I guess so. Thank you. Slanchava. Thank you very much. DJ11 says, nice, let the wall grow. Sergey is here. Okay. Go to bed. You're drunk at Food Quick. No, actually, I sobered up quite a bit. I was inebriated earlier, but I went to sleep for a bit. And DJ11 says, laughing my ass off. K9 Nick is here. Whatcha? How's the virus? I don't know. I haven't encountered no virus yet. I've been going to work every day when I usually go to work, and everything's been fine. Look up super chat. Okay, that's a new super chat, or it's a different super chat from using this StreamYard software is different from the old one. I wanted to use the other way of getting on by just clicking on go live, and then there was this weird interface, and it wanted me to download some software to make it work and go live and stuff, and I said, to hell with that, I'm going to go on StreamYard. And there's Whiskey Jason saying, hi, Quig. Hi, Jason. Good to have you with us. And SMWS 12.18 is a Ben Riach. I haven't had a Ben Riach in a while. Thank you, Carl. I haven't had a Ben Riach in a while. It's been years, actually. Nice. Very nice. So super chat. Excellent. Thank you, guys. Thank you. What else is happening? Howdy Quig says satire. I haven't seen satire before. Well, I mean, I've seen satires, but not this satire. Long time no see, says Whiskey Chase. It's been a little while, yeah. It's been a little while. I haven't done a live in a while. I've just been too busy or tired or whatever. This is not going to be going very long. I don't think, maybe another 15 minutes, because I am tired. I have been up all night pretty much, and I got to go to sleep before going to work. Yeah, virus, I haven't noticed. I've noticed everybody going crazy. I've noticed, them disinfecting everything, but I haven't seen anybody so much as cough. And I had my radio was on to wake me up the other day, and it said that we've had one death on the island. There's the whiskey friend. There's Alan. Fantastic. Good to have you with us. Yes. The sample that went up this morning, well, I recorded that like a couple of weeks back, but the video went up this morning for the Kilkerran 8. Thank you once again for that sample. I appreciate it. Okay. And Santa Cruzan is here saying hello to Alan and Jason. And the Whiskey Friend says to DJ11, hey fella. All right. Well, that's good. We got a little 16 people watching. I can't believe it. Missed me. He must be pissed. No, I saw you, Nick. I saw you. You were back here. How's the virus? Yeah, I answered the question. I just didn't say your name. I didn't attach your name to the question about the virus. Virus, everybody's gone crazy, but I haven't seen no virus. Yeah, haven't seen no virus at all. Whiskey Taste Bud says, what's up, Quig? Oh, well, I just opened up your box of samples, and I got them here. And I got all these things all over the place. Just making sure there was nothing else in there. Oh my goodness. Wait a minute. Whiskey Taste Buds. Yeah, I think that's you guys. Yeah, that's right. Got more than one name. Whiskey Friend says to Santa Cruz, and hey buddy, stay safe everyone. Yeah, it's great. Let's go some more samples to add to the Sample Sunday thing. Some more Sample Sundays. Hope you enjoy. Yeah, I think I will. That looks great. A special Ben Riach and an Octomore. Beautiful, thank you. What I got now in my glass is this one here. Beautiful, beautiful whiskey. Very nice. Lots of flavor, lots of... Is it at 50%? I think it's 50%. I can't tell. Yeah. 50% alcohol by volume. Beautiful. Okay. K9 Nick. I'm not forgetting you now, Nick. Dean Martin said you've never been drunk until you've laid on the floor without holding on. Is it Sample Sunday already? Yeah, well, it is. It was. The Sample Sunday video went up a couple hours ago, but this is just an extra. This is just an impromptu live. I would have done it yesterday, but I was too busy doing other stuff yesterday, so I put it up today. Great Sunday morning breakfast drams. Yeah, well, I just had my breakfast. I had a big breakfast, and I took my pills, and now I'm just having a dram before going to bed. Going to bed is going to be not too far off from now. I'm trying to catch up with everything. People have posted a lot of videos and streams, and all the old YouTube people who have disappeared more than 10 years ago are coming back and making videos again, and it's really hard to follow. Great Sunday morning. Okay, Greg's here too. Yeah. Hi from Paris, France, 5 p.m. Currently uploading a video, but wanted to say hello to my fellow Canadian YouTubers. Hello, Greg. Hi, everyone as well. Yep, we're trying to entertain people stuck at home. Yeah, absolutely. because they have nothing else to do. There you go. 10 years ago? Oh, hell yeah. I've been on YouTube since 2006. And the Food Quick channel is not my only channel. I have 3 other channels, one of which is the original channel that I started with. And I'm still subscribed to all these other channels from that first original channel that I started. And I watch stuff from those other channels as well. And so, yeah, people who disappeared more than 10 years ago are still around, or they're around again because they've got nothing else to do. They're at home and they figure, oh, let's put up a video instead of hanging out on Facebook. So they're doing that and saying, hi, do you remember me? Okay. Whiskey taste, but Simon says we should all cheers to coronavirus. It's been a boss so far and changed our way of life. Yeah, no kidding. And yeah, 10 years ago. Hi at Whiskey Jason, says Greg, and Jason says hi, and to Whiskey Jason says Santa Cruz and hey. Greg says, yep, Food Quick is probably the oldest whiskey channel going with Ralphie. Well, I wasn't a whiskey channel to begin with. I mean, my original channel is older than Ralphie, but yeah, this channel is sort of a spin-off off of the original. My name is Jeff, says Damien Farron. Okay, that's another new name. Whiskey Taste Bud says Aquavite's Lockdown Festival yesterday was awesome. Yeah, I missed that. I was busy doing something else. By the time I got to the emails talking about Aquavite's lockdown, it had been over already. Yeah, it's so big. There's so much going on. Greg's Whiskey Guide says hi at Santa Cruz, and Whiskey Jason saying, Whiskey Taste Buds, you have a new sub. Oh, there you go. You just picked up Whiskey Jason. Okay. Somebody with a Cyrillic alphabet name says, greetings from the Luhansk Republic. I've never heard of that. How are you doing with the coronavirus? I don't know about the coronavirus. I haven't met it in person as far as I know, even though I've been trying really hard, driving a taxi, working in a space that's smaller than an elevator. There are not many taxis left on the road, but I'm one of the few. I figure I've built up a strong immune system over the last 27 years being in such an enclosed space with the general public that if I should happen to catch the virus, my body will be able to fight it off. And Dustin says, with the popularity of the dining videos on the Feckwig channel increasing, I thought that they would use their own channel in the same way that the taxi vlogs have their own channel. Well, that's exactly what happened. But that's exactly what happened. That's where the Food Quick channel started. The dining videos on the Feckwig channel. But it sort of turned out that at the end of dinner a couple times, I would order a dram, and then I started bringing whiskey home and started making videos about whiskey, and that's what happened to the dining videos. The dining videos are gone because Cindy's not with me anymore, and yeah, the Food Quick video channel kind of morphed into this thing that we see right now. It's a global Quig event. Oh, you're funny. Just like YouTube needs a food category, Feckwig Productions needs a food channel. This food channel is a little different in that we rarely prepare any food. Yes, exactly. It was a restaurant review channel at the beginning, but that's okay. It evolved, and it got so big that I can't change the name of it now. Okay, I'm sure that there's more comments. Oh, wow. I am behind. DH Silv says, Cindy and I specialize in dining. We enjoy reviewing our dining experiences. I hope that you will come along and enjoy our meals vicariously. And Greg's Whiskey Guide says, no, because it is making some of my relatives sick and maybe risking their lives. Sorry. Oh, the virus. Yeah, right. Whiskey Taste Bud says new sub question mark. And another name, CXit God. Can you say mental illness? Is that what it's? Me mental illness to August 3rd. Oh, it's CXLT God. Hi, Liam. Okay. CXLT God. That's a new name. I haven't seen that before. Roy and Scott's live were crazy 4 hours. Only 4 hours? Okay. Dustin, what's your channel's name? Okay, Whiskey Taste Bud says, thanks, Whiskey Jason, and not channels for me, says DH Silv. No, okay. Luhansk is basically Ukraine. Oh, cool. Very cool. K9 Nick says, reckon with all that whiskey, you ain't catching no virus. You're a walking sanitizer. That's right. Right. Whiskey Friend says the Whiskey Taste Buds just subbed. Oh, fantastic. Hey, that's a way to go on a quick live stream and gain new subscriptions or subscribers. Okay, what is this here? These messages are coming in quickly. Can you? Me mental illness, August 3rd. Hey, Alan, says Whiskey Jason. And hi, Charlie, says Crim SXN. Okay. Hi, Charlie. Hi, Liam. Whiskey Taste Buds, thanks. Whiskey Friend says, Whiskey Jason, hey, buddy, you have been busy. Stay safe. Yeah, there have been a lot of interviews and stuff. They're all long. I haven't clicked on any of them yet. DJ11 says, buddy, don't kid yourself. The virus is serious and there is no immunity for anyone yet that hasn't had it. Well, that's the thing. I want to get it and get it over with. Some of us never left. Okay. There's Ulakan. Okay. Yeah, this virus is serious. Whiskey does help, though. Perhaps not with the virus, but certainly with the isolation. Thanks for all the subs, says Whiskey Taste Buds. Oh, yeah. Why not bring people together while we're in this silliness together? Interview with John Teeling was legendary. Oh, cool. Yeah, I haven't seen that yet. I wonder if I'll have the time to check it out. Like I said, there's so much going up on YouTube and social media right now that it's just exploded because of all these people staying at home and doing nothing but being on their computer all day. And we still got 17 people watching. Isn't that amazing? Yeah, I don't know. What else? Yeah, well, between midnight and 6 a.m., I'm in essential service, so I'm working. I'm still working. Christy Schwab says, "Love the wall." Thank you. The wall is almost to the end there, so I made some room on the other side for it to continue that way. It's going to continue all the way out into the kitchen. Yeah, that way. So that wall is going to grow. It's going to keep going. But first we have to get to the wall on that side, to the door, and then we'll go the other way. Thank you very much. We got 20 people watching now. This is amazing. Really amazing. And Simon says, "Quig, you should bring out a t-shirt saying Survived Corona 2020 with a picture of the wall." Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll think about that. Corona 2020. Oh, and here all I thought it was a cheap beer. Gosh. Well, we're all in the hole when it comes to economic stuff. I just did my paperwork for the month of March, and I'm making half the money I used to make. I'm still able to pay my rent, and I'm still able to pay my bills, but all the money besides that is going to food. And if I buy any whiskey, it has to be cheap whiskey. So this kind of thing may be a thing of the past, because just not making the money anymore. What's that you're drinking? Oh, that's this stuff. That's the 35-year-old Wiser's Canadian whiskey. That was part of the 2018 premium spirits release of British Columbia liquor stores. Yeah, that's what I'm drinking. Good luck with your project. Oh, with the wall? No worry, it just kind of happens organically. The body has to fight the virus, and whiskey would put more load on the body. Yeah, okay. And you should really not try to get it, because 1, flatten the curve, and 2, the vaccine is coming. Okay. Whiskey taste buds is laid off, working for EI or waiting for EI. Yeah, were you able to get EI? I heard that the system crashes frequently, and it's hard to apply. I could apply, because I'm a small business, and I could probably get compensation for how much my business has gone down. I'm gonna wait a while for that. Ulican says thanks. Oh yeah, for what I'm drinking. Yeah, heard even the Vegas liquor stores closed. Really? Our stores are still open. I went and got some on Friday, just before doing my laundry at the laundromat, which was also still open. I went and bought a bottle of 40 Creek Copper Pot, and I got a bottle of Glengarry 12. And that was on Friday evening. So our liquor stores are not closed. The hours are limited. They used to be open from 9 in the morning till 11 at night. Now they're 9 in the morning till 7 at night. Unless the owner of the store is Chinese, they'll stay open till 11. Whiskey Taste Bud says, I've applied and filed my first report, but it was a slow and painful process. Yeah, I heard about that. So you're doing it all online and it takes forever and it's not working very well. K9 Nick says, 3:15 a.m. here, time for bed. Toodles. Okay. Good night and slanchava. And Seattle's liquor stores are closed too. Ours are not. Stephen Kirkpatrick says, hi, mate. Hope you're okay. I've been furlonged for 5 weeks on 80% pay in the UK. That's not so bad. Interesting times. We've been in lockdown for 4 weeks now, working from home. That's not so bad at all. I wouldn't complain about that. I'm working the same hours as I worked before, and I'm making approximately 50% what I used to make. The waits between calls are long. Ulican has a stash of cheap stuff, but still haven't managed to get off the better quality stuff at the moment. Although I guess at current rates of consumption, that will take care of itself. My consumption hasn't really changed much, but the cost of what I'm buying when I go to the store has dropped quite considerably. Instead of spending, $200 or $300 a week, I'm spending like $80 maybe or less. Whiskey Friend says to K9 Nick, good night, fella. Okay. And DJ11 is saying, yep, Seattle Liquor's still open regular hours. Good. So we're talking those great big, what do they call them again? Total Wine stores are still open. Oh, they're great. And Steven says, not been able to see people in that time is bad. And I moved house 2 weeks ago in the middle of it. Oh, yuck. Yeah, I was getting calls to the U-Haul yard to pick up people who were dropping off trucks that they had rented and to take them home. So that was some of the business I've had, especially now that it was we went from March to April. So, the end of the month, people move, right? When they're going from one rental place to another. Have you had the Honey Jack Daniels? It's the only one I can drink. Oof. Honey Jack Daniels? No, I have not had it. If there's anything like that says vanilla or honey or maple or whatever on a bottle that looks like a whiskey bottle, I tend to stay away from it. No. Most of those, they are liqueurs after all, and most of the time those liqueurs are much too sweet for my palate. I had the Ardbeg Drum recently, and that was even too sweet. I mean, a bit of sweet is nice at times, but when it's too sweet, it becomes cloying and unpleasant. So I have not had Honey Jack Daniels. No, sorry. And that's the only one you can drink. Well, I'm not a Jack Daniels fan. I'm sorry. They tell me that the single barrel proof is supposed to be really great, but I don't know. Whiskey Friend says to Stephen Kirkpatrick, stay safe. DJ11 says, yep. I guess that's to my comment about the stores being open. And Simon is saying here, what a joke this coronavirus is. Something that has killed less people than the common flu and not even a fraction of what cancer kills every year. And people are acting like it's the end of the world. Well, you know what? It is a joke, and I concur with you on that. And I think it is I've got theories about that. One of which is that mind control works. You put it in the mass media, and you create you fear mongering. It's fear mongering, and you create hysteria, and people get afraid, and people panic, and they go crazy, and they buy up all the toilet paper that's in existence, so that some people who weren't able to who are running out of toilet paper can't go and wipe their ass. I mean, it's just bullshit. The whole thing is bullshit. It is an experiment in mind control. I was waiting for April the 1st. I was waiting for someone to say, "Ha ha, April Fools, all of you," but it just didn't happen. And yeah, I'm really not worried, because through all the years I've been driving cab and being in a space that's smaller than an elevator with the general public, I don't get sick anymore. I just have so much immunity, or shall we say, I have an immune system that's able to adapt to whatever comes into my car and sneezes. So I'm not worried. If I get it, I'll get it. My body will develop the antibodies to fight it off. I'll fight it off and I'll survive. But I'll be broke. Yeah. More than 3 million people will die from cancer this year alone. Yeah, I know. Colonel Sanders says Trump was right. And DH Silv says more than 1 million people are going to die from this. But what's 1 million when you've got billions? Really, it's percentages and stuff. Yeah, USA will have 250,000 deaths minimum. It's serious, guys. Yeah. People have died all the time. People die every day. If it's not from one thing, they'll die from something else. Hey, if I catch it and I die, fine. And DH Silv said that's 1 million with all this social distancing. Yeah. If we don't do this, the losses will be tens and tens of millions, perhaps hundreds of millions, that is. Corona is not a joke, though. It spreads like wildfire, and we know that it will get worse before it gets better. Yeah, fine. If we did not lock down, 25 million will die. Okay. DJ11 says, killing me. This is not a joke. My sister is a nurse in one of our biggest hospitals. People are dropping dead every day in her ER. Bird flu was supposed to kill millions too, laughing out loud, says Colonel Sanders. I get conflicting reports from different sides. Alexander says corona isn't a regular flu. Okay. Doctors in the US are already picking who will live or die in New York City. Okay. There are healthy people dying. Okay. Hey, I look at it this way. If it's my time, it's my time. And DH Silv says this isn't the flu. Okay. Well, what is it then? Have they figured out where it came from? There are some people theorizing, or I've heard some people say that this was actually engineered. It was bioengineered by someone. That it's like a biological weapon. I don't know. Simi says, without a lockdown, it would have overloaded every hospital already, and without a hospital to go to, anything but mild cases will kill. Simon says, yes, it's not the regular flu because it's man-made. Oh, well, there you go. If it is man-made, I don't know. I don't watch the news, and I don't pay attention to any of that stuff because people, I get enough information from just people talking. Um, Stephen says in the UK they have converted convention centers into many bed units. The Excel in London has 4,000 beds. D.H. Silv says there is zero evidence that this was man-made. People pushing these conspiracy theories should be ignored. Yeah, the question is what to ignore. Some people think it's aliens. Sure. COVID-19 wasn't engineered. It likely came from bats. Oh, that's what someone says here. Alexander says man-made, laughing out loud. Doubt it. Okay. It is a form of the cold, not the flu. The flu is a whole different thing. Okay. World Health Organization keeps taking China's word for it. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, there are lots of opinions on this, evidently. Let's get back to the whiskey, folks. Forget COVID for a time. Yeah, that's right. Good idea. I want to forget all about COVID and what it's doing to everyone, making everyone crazy, and hoarding toilet paper. I guess I'm going to have to pour myself another dram of some kind, right? Alexander says, drinking beer, can't debate on whiskey. Stephen Davidson, oh, you just missed the good part. Hey, everyone, he says, did you ever like gin? Yeah, I like gin with tonic when it's a hot day. I'm going to go get me another whiskey. This is good. Very good. Ah. Got another 50%er here. Got some E.H. Taylor bottle and bond. That should do for the final whiskey of the day. Oh, yeah. There's a quick size dram. I think we'll do all right with that. Okay. Oh, the comments are coming fast now. Simi or Sime says, bats are perfect for a virus. Many big viruses came from bats. Scientists have found coronavirus in bats long ago. There are articles from 2013 talking about this. Cool. Whiskey Friend says, hope you're good, buddy, to Stephen Davidson. And Stephen says, yes, let's forget COVID. I get enough of that at work. Well, I get enough of that everywhere. That's the problem. Stephen says, hey there, Alan. Okay. Coronavirus isn't new. COVID-19 is. Okay. Jason Whiskey Wise says, hey, Andy at Food Quick. Jason Whiskey Wise, haven't seen you in a long time. Good to have you with us. Oh, it's been a while. Fantastic. Thanks for joining us. Oh, nice. E.H. Taylor, says D.H. Silv. Yes, Dustin. E.H. Taylor, I was able to find some. Apparently, it's hard to get these days. And Jason Whiskey says, whoa, love the beard. Yeah, I started not trimming it on that trip to the UK last year. So it's been a year. I haven't trimmed this part. The sides I trim, but not this part. I just leave it alone. My mother said she doesn't like it, so I went like this and said, "That better, Ma?" Uh, Whiskey Friend says, DH Silv, what you drinking, fella? Okay. I'd love a pour of that myself. Oh, fantastic. It has been ages, Jason. It's been a long time. Let me scroll here. Okay, DH Silv, Whiskey Friend. It's 11:30, so Diet Coke. Oh yeah, you're on the East Coast. That's right. Okay. What? Yeah, you're down there with Mike, right? Down in Ohio or somewhere. If anyone likes sweeter whiskey scotch, the new Cadboll Estate Limited edition from Glenmorangie is delish. Huh. I don't. Yeah, DJ. I've not seen that around here, but I remember you did a video about that not so long ago. Whiskey Taste Bud says, "Stay happy and stay safe, everyone." Yes, it's a novel type of coronavirus, says Stephen Davidson. Whiskey Friend says, Jason, Whiskey Wise. Hey, Jason, you good? Oh, yeah. And Jason says, I'm good, thanks, at the Whiskey Friend. How are you? Okay, everybody's getting socializing here. Whiskey Jason. Jason and Jason said, hey, all right. Santa Cruz, and yes, the whiskey talk is great. Nothing like a breakfast dram. I'm abstaining for now to keep my health in the best shape possible for now. Let's cheers the coronavirus for creating such an interesting time and get back to enjoying our whiskey. Yeah, it is an interesting time. It certainly is. I thought I had enough with the recession 11 and a half years ago. But this might be bigger. The economic repercussions are big, very big. Okay, Colonel, what does Quig mean? It's a nickname my sister gave me when we were children. That was a fantastic trip. Yes, it was, Jason. I doubt that I'll be able to do that again. It was a fantastic trip. It was amazing. I had a wonderful time the whole time I was in the UK. I saw a lot, learned a lot, enjoyed a lot of good drams. And Whiskey's Friend says, all good, Jason. Lots of whiskey to taste responsibly, of course, naturally. Oh, excuse me. Whiskey Jason says that Food Quig. Great trip to Glengoyne and Deanston for the two of us. Oh, indeed. Those were the first two. No, the second and third distilleries I went to in the UK. The first was Bimber down in London. But yeah, that Deanston trip was that warehouse at Deanston was amazing. Santa Cruz says hello at Jason Whiskey Wise, and DH Silv says Mike's about an hour and a half north of me. Close enough for a day trip to drink on his stash. Oh, yeah, no kidding. There you go. And Jason, hey, it's Santa Cruz, and how are you? Safe for now. Hopefully you too. Okay. I'm cancer-free for 15 years now, says Santa Cruz. And I don't want to go through the hospital gig again. I don't blame you. 15 years. Congratulations, my friend. That is the way to go. Late last year, a friend of mine died from cancer. He was a cab driver forever, like me, and he fought the thing for about 5 years. He was doing things like taking cannabinoids and what have you, but eventually the cancer metastasized and went all over his body and just did him in. So congratulations for beating that one. Yeah, I see that other people are echoing my sentiments on that one, and yeah, way to go. I've been lucky. I haven't had anything like that. I haven't so much as broken a bone my entire life. The only thing I can say is that I've had some allergies, and that's about it. Oh, yeah. Oh, this stuff is good. This stuff is really good. I like it. It's got some of that brown sugar and cherry note. And it's viscous and tasty, delicious. But it's totally a different direction than Canadian whiskey or Scotch. Very nice. Which bottle is that, Andy? Says Jason Whiskey Wise. Oh, that's the E.H. Taylor bottled in bond, 50% alcohol by volume. That's from Buffalo Trace, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Good stuff. And here we go. Well done, fella, at Santa Cruzan. Jason Whiskey Wise says, raise a dram to everyone's health. Slanchava, my friends. Greg's back after some video upload issues, but managed it finally. Cheers at Jason Whiskey Wise. Knock on wood, Quig. Yeah, no kidding. Which bottle is that? Yeah, I just showed you that, Jason. Let's see now. So E.H. Taylor is the classic Buffalo Trace bourbon, and nobody can get it. I have no trouble getting it. I think there's still some at the store where I got this one. I bought this, a month or two ago? Yeah, a couple months ago. Greg's Whiskey Guide says, that's the thing. In Canada, they don't know what this is, so it stays on the shelf. But down there, they know what it is, so it disappears. Thanks likewise at Jason Whiskey Wise. Good afternoon at Greg. Okay. Whiskey Friend says, need to go for dinner. Cheers, everyone. Stay home and stay alive. Yeah, thanks, Alan. You have a good night now. Little Max says, hello, everyone. Got 18 people watching. Excellent. DJ says, take care of yourself at the Whiskey Friend. Okay. Cheers at Little Max. And yeah, that stuff is always on the shelf here. Yeah, so you have the same experience that I do. Yeah, it's no problem. Jason Whiskey Wise says, gonna head back to some work, Andy, at Food Quig, but I'll catch you soon, my friend. Slancha, Jason. Good to have you with us again. Yeah. So, what else? We got 18 people watching. I don't know what to say right now. I am getting kind of weary. This stuff is going to tire me right out. Oh, what's this? $1 billion question to Food Quig. A lighter one. What are you going to do when your box's wall will have no more room for new ones? Well, Greg, I made room that way to go into the kitchen. So, yeah, when there's absolutely no room, I might double thick, make the wall twice as thick, so as to make a sound barrier from the neighbors over there. Well, I'll figure it out. Okay. Everyone's saying cheers to Jason Whiskey Wise. Okay. Steven says, what would you say would be the best whiskey to try for a beginner? Oh, what a question. There you go, Food Queen. Try for a beginner. Oh, man. A beginner, someone who's never had whiskey before. I'll suggest where I started. Wiser's Deluxe Canadian whiskey. Not too expensive. Tastes pretty good. And then you can move in all kinds of directions from there. Oh, excuse me. If you're a wine drinker, maybe you'd want to try something with sherry finish or a sherry maturation. Something like a Glendronach 12, Glenfarclas 12, something like that. Start with cheap stuff so that you don't get in over your head and you wouldn't have lost too much money if you don't like it. What else can I say? Tough one, depending on where you come from, spirits wise. That's Stephen Kirkpatrick. What have you tried already? Good question there, Greg. Thank you. Espen K. Anderson says, take care from Norway. All right. Beginners should start with anything free. Good idea. I just had Honey Jack and Teachers. Honey Jack. Teachers, yeah, okay. You can go on to better things than that. Yeah. DJ says, okay, it's Stephen Kirkpatrick. It also depends where do you live and what can be found on your local stores and how cheap is it. Yeah, naturally. If it's cheap stuff, that's where you want to start. I've been more of a craft beer drinker. So you've been a craft beer drinker. Why not start with something like a Jameson IPA? Or one of those that has a beer note to it. There's also a stout, a Caskmate stout edition for Jameson. Jameson is a good place to start in general because it's easy drinking and it's not too heavy and it's not offensive to anyone that I can think of. Jameson, yeah, go for Jameson. And if you're coming from craft beer, yeah, try a Jameson craft, one of those Caskmates editions. That should do you. And Greg's Whiskey Guide says to that, then why not a Jameson Caskmate Stout Edition, for instance? Same thing what I was saying right there. There you go. We think alike, Greg. Great suggestion, says Santa Cruzan. And Kirk Stevens says, Jameson, I'll have a look online. Oh, yeah, you'll find it online. No problem. Olican says, the trick with converting from beer to whiskey is remember not to mix too much. Oh, yeah. And drink slower. Drink slower. That's what whiskey has taught me, to drink slower. And Greg says, then move to affordable Scottish single malts, Balvenie 12, Doublewood, Glenmorangie 10, Aberlour 12, or 16, DCM Kings Barnes, Dream to Dram, Glenfiddich, IPA cask finish. Santa Cruzan says Glenfiddich has an IPA, but kind of pricey. Yeah, it is a little pricey. I would stick to the Jameson's IPA myself. But yeah, it's a little pricey. I think when you're starting out, start with stuff that's cheap, that you know it's not going to be a big investment, and it's not going to kill you financially if you don't like it. That's where I would go. And those Glenfiddich experimentals, I'm not such a big fan. The XX was okay. I was disappointed by the Fire and Cane from the beginning of the bottle to the end. The Winter Storm, that's the one that's finished in ice wine casks. That's too damn expensive. But yeah, you got a few possibilities there. A few things that will be interesting. For a lower budget, I suggest Glen Moray Elgin Classic, for instance, if you can get it. For example, Glen Moray Elgin Classic may be affordable, but around here you can't find it. I've only had one bottle of Elgin Classic, and it was a port finish. But that's the only bottle of Elgin Classic I've ever found around here. It's just not available. It's unobtainium. Ulican says, yeah, slower and with either water in it or water on the side, and wave goodbye to hangovers. Correct. Unless you go nuts, of course. Yeah. I don't get hangovers. To every dram, I usually have, half a liter of water. So I finish one of these and I have a whole one of those to go with it. So I don't suffer at all. Next time I wake up, I'm feeling good. Yeah. Original Glenmorangie or Glenmorangie 4-pack taster is great for beginners. Oh yeah. That would have like the original 10-year-old. It would probably have a Quinta Rubin. It would probably have a Nectar d'Or, and the other one is the La Santa. Is that what's in there? Okay. Richie is here saying, Food Quick, hi Andy and Whiskey Friends. Hi Richie, nice of you to join us this morning. I've been up all night. And I had been drinking for much of the night, but I was keeping it toned down to 40% alcohol by volume Canadian whiskey. Had a couple of stronger ones and fell asleep watching a video. I think it was horse leaning or something. Yep, says DJ11. He's probably commenting on the water and the lack of hangover and all of those good things. Yeah. Okay, Richie's saying hello to everyone, and Ulican says, yeah, Morangie multi-pack is a good place to start. Good whiskey that's very approachable. Indeed it is. And the first time I tried the Quinta Rubin, I was just blown away. It's like, this stuff is really special. I liked it. I liked it very much. That is the one that turned me on to port finishes. And I recorded a port finish video recently. Okay, Greg's Whiskey Guide at Stephen. If you live in the USA and in the UK, you can generally, I think, might be wrong, you can find in liquor stores quite a good choice of minis. Yeah, 50 mils that could help you choose and save money. Yeah, that's true. And then once you get more accustomed to whiskey, you'll find that a 5 centiliter sample is not enough on which to really base an opinion of the whiskey, because you start at the beginning of the bottle and you follow it all the way down till it's empty, and then you really get an appreciation for the whiskey if you've had the whole bottle. Nowadays, Glenmorangie Original Recon is not my fave, but okay for beginners, as very sweet. Yeah, I wouldn't very sweet. For a Scotch drinker, this stuff is very sweet, but it's delicious. Have a sweet tooth, hence the honey jack. Oh, okay. There you go. Honey jack. Just the idea of Jack just makes me cringe, but okay, I'm being a snob here. I'm sorry. May I ask, where do you live? UK, England. Okay. England. Oh, you should have all kinds of blended scotches at your disposal. Quinta Rubin would be a good comparison to Tomatin 14-year port cask. Okay, I haven't had the Tomatin 14-year port cask. I have had a few Tomatins, but the one that blew me away was the cask strength Tomatin that was sent to me by Alan, the whiskey friend. And that didn't taste like any Tomatin I'd ever had before. It was amazing. Thick, viscous, and delicious. Don't go too low cost or too small. Buy a bottle of something reasonable and see how you get on with it. That's good advice. Absolutely. And I've been one of Andy's viewers of his taxi vlogs for a good 8 years plus. There you go. Taxi vlogs. My gosh. That's an early spin-off from the Feckwig channel. Yeah. Santa Cruz says, hello, buddy, to Richie. And Little Max says, classic malts sets with 3x 20 CL should be an idea. Oh, yeah. Could be an idea, exactly. Hope all is well. At Foodquig. Have to go. Okay, Whiskey Jason, have yourself a good one. Until next time, Slanchava. All good, says Santa Cruzan. Oh, yeah. I don't know, folks, how long I'm going to stay on. But when Greg makes long comments like this one, I have to read them. Okay, then you have channels of shop all over the country, whiskey shop, Royal Mile Whiskies, for instance, and some specialized in Edinburgh, Glasgow, London, also Birmingham. Try Google search. Oh, that's a good way to go. Got a Quinta Rubin 14 in the cupboard, but tonight it'll be Glenbergie 7. Nice. Be easy at Whiskey Jason, says DJ11. Yeah. My little bottle of water is empty. I have to get another from the refrigerator. So I'll pull it quick. There's styrofoam peanuts all over the place here. Okay. Whiskey bar option is also interesting, but expensive unless you choose what some do. Themed set of 3 or 5 glasses. Yeah, you have a flight. We have one whiskey bar around here that does that. They'll set you up a flight. Well, what would you like? They'd say, oh, I'd like something premium. Okay. Then they'll set you up with a flight. Greg says, sorry, Food Quig. Oh, for making long comments? Oh, no, don't worry about that. Greg's Whiskey Guide says, great. Okay. Simon says, just opened my first ever Dalmore 12 and cigar malt. Don't understand all the negative reviews for Dalmore. I've tried a lot of single malts in my whiskey journey, and these Dalmore are up there. Well, okay. Here's the main criticism of Dalmore is that they're chill filtered like crazy, and they have a lot of E150 coloring added. So if you're in Germany, there will be a message on the bottle and on the box saying "mit Farbstoff," and that means that there's coloring in there. That's the main criticism of Dalmore. It's just chill filtered to death and colored up the yin yang, and that's the main criticism. I've had the 12-year-old and the cigar malt, and they taste good. They definitely taste good, but if you're looking for non-chill filtered and no artificial coloring, then Dalmore is not the place to go, because that's what you'll get is coloring and chill filtering. Santa Cruz says, thank you, Quig, and everyone in the chat for taking my mind off the obvious. Cheers to you all, and off to the shower I go. All great people here. Cheers. Cheers, Santa Cruz. Richie says, cheers, Chris. And Greg says, to Stephen, suggest you contact my friends from New Dram Drinker channel who live in Solihull near Birmingham. They can help you join some clubs with affordable gathering tasting options. Thanks, Greg, says Stephen. Okay. Butterpuff, there's another new name. A day drinking sure is fun. Now, I'm not an alcoholic, but a hero staying at home, laughing out loud. What a time we live in. Yeah, say no more. Thanks for reminding me. When I go to the SMWS vaults in Edinburgh, I stand at the bar and have the bar folk do the choosing, within certain parameters, of course. Never fails. Yeah. Well, I'm kind of far from the SMWS vaults in Edinburgh. Now, do you have to be a member to go there, or can you just go there and let them choose for you? I don't know how that works. Greg says they're okay at Simon, but a bit too sanitized in my opinion. What are we talking about? Like Food Quick says, plus to get to upper level, it is way too expensive. Plus, got my worst welcome at the distillery in 2018. Oh, wait a minute, I'm lost. Oh, Dalmore. Okay. 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 Cheers from Canada. Well, cheers from Canada here too. What part of Canada are you there? Are you in, Butterpuff? I'm in Victoria, British Columbia. Yeah, sanitized is a good word for describing Delmore. Ottawa. Okay, you're in Ottawa. Cool. Oh, wow. You can get into the Queen Street SMWS as a non-member, but if you're heading over in the future, give me a shout and I'll take you in. Okay. Might be a while till I get to the UK again with the way the economy's gone, but yeah. Steven says, okay, time to put dinner on as it's 5 p.m. Stay safe all and see you in the next vlog, Andy. Yeah, okay. Cool. Ottawa. Yes, problem is for SMWS, you have to be a member, pay a certain fee to get access tastings and buy bottles, but maybe now there are some more relaxed places. Okay. I don't know. I don't like the idea of having to pay to be a member and then having to pay for the bottles again. Greg says, hi at Butterpuff. I live in France, but have some family in Ottawa and Toronto. Okay. Good appetite at Stephen Kirkpatrick. And Stephen says, I applied pork and roast potatoes. Oh, apple pork and roast potatoes. Sounds good. I had a charcuterie plate with cheese and Cheerios and apples. That was my breakfast or dinner, however you want to call it. I'm going to be going to bed soon, I think. Well, we still got 13 people on. We've been live for an hour and 23 minutes. Wow. Cool. There we go. Nice t-shirt, by the way, at Food Quick. Oh, this one. This is a YouTube. It's a YouTube shirt. I got it at 888, which was the 8th of August, 2008. They were giving these away at the convention. It was a YouTube convention in Toronto. And yeah, the 8th of August, 2008. That's where this t-shirt comes from. I've had it all these years. And, you know, most people will see that and go, oh, they've never heard of it. And they didn't know there was an 888, but that's ancient history for YouTube. It was a big thing. It was the biggest convention, the biggest YouTube convention there ever was up until that time. And I don't believe there has been a bigger one since. I don't know about VidCons and things like that. I've never been to one, but I went to 888. That was the big happening back in August of 2008. SMWS membership is well worth it, in my opinion, as it vastly opens up the available to me range of indie bottles at the right price. Okay. I might, yeah, maybe someday, but not now. I may join someday. I don't know. I haven't really been that tempted. Simon says, I see where you're coming from at Greg's Whiskey Guide, but I would choose Dalmore over Macallan or Macallan anytime. There you go. Oh, that's fair enough. You know, that's the thing about whiskey is everyone has an opinion, and nobody is wrong. Okay, so whatever you prefer is whatever you prefer. That's the way it is. There is no absolute. There is no right or wrong. It's all opinions and it's all personal preferences. That's the beauty of this hobby. Nobody can be wrong, even me. Yeah. Oh, Greg has to leave the chat too. So have a nice day, evening, or whatever. Laughing out loud. Cheers, everyone. Take care, buddy. Food Greg. Have a good one there, Greg. It was nice to have you with us. It was a big pleasure. And Richie's saying, Food Quig, have you tried Brenna, single malt French whiskey? If so, do you recommend it? No, I have not tried it. I have not been able to find it around here. If I ever do find it, I will try it. Hopefully it's not too expensive. Richie says, cheers to Greg, and I say the same. At Simon, no problem. I might do the same too, mind you. Official recent Macs aren't interesting for me value-wise. I've known the good stuff earlier on. Oh, we're talking Macallan. Yeah, the Macallan now is nothing special. And Ulican says, I'd only buy an indie Dalmore. Okay. That's interesting. Me too, at Richie. For me, this is not whiskey. But yeah, Food Quig is right. Just my opinion. Exactly. Nobody's wrong. Nobody's wrong. Everybody's right. It's all opinions. You prefer one thing, I prefer another. And you know, there's some people who still talking absolutes like that stuff is crap. But you know, when you say that stuff is crap, there's somebody out there who likes it. Otherwise, they wouldn't make it. Yeah, exactly. Wow. This is good. Oh, it's after 9 o'clock in the morning. I gotta go to. I'm gonna have to go to bed soon, but I'm still on. I'm gonna. Maybe I'll have another dram. You know, I sometimes can coax myself to do that. Greg says I'm leaving now. I'll make sure if I visit Canada's West Coast to meet you. Have a dram if possible. Cheers, buddy. Bye. Yeah. Cheers, Greg. And yeah, okay. Now the whole thing is gonna get quiet now that Greg's gone. Yeah. He livens up the chat, that's for sure. Wow. That is good. Should I pour another one of these or something else? I don't know. I got a full bottle of water. I got an empty dram. Oh, yeah, okay. I'll think of something else. Oh, yeah. Okay. Here's what I'm going to pour now. We go from strong to stronger to stronger. This one is disappearing fast. It is the cask strength Epicurean. One of 3,000. This is the cask strength Epicurean. And the percentage is, what is the percentage? 58.6. Yeah, 58.6% alcohol by volume. Come on. This is disappearing too fast, but that's what happens with the cask strength stuff. You start drinking, you start at 40%, and you move up and you move up and you move up to the cask strength. And the cask strength bottles tend to disappear faster than the other ones. Yeah, amazing how that goes. Simon says, it's too early, Quig, for you to leave. No, it's not. I got to get my day's sleep so I can go to work tonight. And Ronald, Ron, good to have you with us. Cheers. Ron Terrio says, I want to try a Wiser someday. I'm surprised that they don't have Wisers down your way. They've got all this other stuff. They've got this Canadian Hunter, and they've got this stuff that's trucked down to Kentucky and bottled there, and it says Canadian whiskey on it. But, Wisers. Yeah, you should try it. And I know you will. You're determined enough. You're going to try it. Richie says, missed the unboxing of the package. What was the highlight dram in it? Oh, I'll show you. These were sent to me by Whiskey Buds. And shit. Oh, yeah. Adam from the Blue Collar and Scholar Whiskey Club. They make videos, by the way. He sent me a SMWS 12.18, 84%, 8 year, 60.4%. Apparently, this is a Benriach, 8-year-old. And he also sent me this one here, which is an Octomore 10.4 Virgin Oak at 63.5%. So that'll give me a couple of sample Sundays right there. And that's what I got from there. And Rod J. Beer Ventures. Oh, good to have you with us. Says cheers, fantastic. So yeah, that was that's what I was unboxing, and of course we got a lot of these styrofoam peanuts that everywhere. They're all over the floor, and yeah. And that's what was in the box, those 2 samples, which was great, fantastic. I was not expecting that at all. I was just talking about, how to obtain such whiskeys. And I said, well, if you receive them as a gift, it's great. But he says, oh, good idea. He sends them to me. Simon says, Quig, what do you pay for a Shelter Point whiskey? I can get it here in Australia, but it's at a premium, so just wondering if it's worth it. Oh, which Shelter Point is it that you're getting? Is it the artisanal, or is it the cask strength, or is it the Smoky Point, or around here, a typical bottle of Shelter Point costs about $100 Canadian, approximately. I don't know what they go for down in Australia. How much does a bottle of Shelter Point go for down there? I'm saying, or somewhere in the $100 range. Let me see. I know I bought one not so long ago, and I'll be able to tell you when I paid for it when I find the bill of sale. Just be a moment here. Here we are. Shelter Point. This is the last Shelter Point I bought. It was a double barrel Shelter Point. Not bad at all. $75 Canadian. And that was a double barreled, finished in Quail's Gate wine casks, if I'm not mistaken. And $75. Not bad. Oh, crap. 135. Artisanal single malt for 135. That's a little much. Yeah. That is a little much. Well, you got to think of transport. They got to transport it from here all the way down to Australia. And there's all kinds of middlemen involved that all have to make a profit, I'm sure that if I could get Australian whiskey here, it would be a premium as well. I can't even get any. I've never seen Australian whiskey on the shelf here on the west coast of Canada. I've just never seen it. And thanks, Richie. Yeah, they are great samples. 135 for the artisanal single malt. I haven't had the artisanal single malt since the inaugural bottling, the first batch, and I believe that video is still up somewhere where I tried it. Yeah, that was the first single malt, the first whiskey from the first whiskey that Shelter Point put out. I tried it. I saw it on the shelf and said, "Hey, what's this? It looks like something new." Sure enough, it was. Is it worth it? Well, if you like it, it's worth it. I mean, I just opened 2014 Lagavulin 12 last night before last. And, it was delicious. 2014 Lagavulin 12. I just lucked out on that one. I saw the bottle on the shelf, and there it was. And it's like, you're mine. Cost me over $200, but it was worth it to me because I enjoyed it. But yeah, now times are gonna get tough with this. I keep reminding myself of this stupid virus. Times are gonna get tough because the economy is shutting down. Australian whiskey would likely be the star word. Yeah, see, I've never heard of that around here. I might have to travel a little bit to find that. Maybe somewhere in the United States they'd have it. Maybe down in California or somewhere. DJ11 says, such a beautiful problem to have, trying to decide what to drink next. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. And when you can get cask strength like this is a beautiful blend, this Epicurean. Beautiful blend. And this is the cask strength limited to 3,000 bottles. It is a beautiful thing. It's here in Cali. What did I say? I thought so. California would have it. They get everything in California. Or another place I could imagine would be Las Vegas. Stuff from all around the world that you can't get anywhere. You can get in Las Vegas. See, but there's no such in British Columbia. We are so freaking far behind the times. It's almost like prohibition up here. I mean, compared to California and the availability of things. Well, no, I mean, I can get this, or I could get this when it was still available. I don't think there's any more left. This was part of the 2018 Premium Spirits release. Yeah. Or was it 2017? It was a Premium Spirits release anyway. Yeah, Vegas has everything. Correct. Stuff that you can't get anywhere else in the world. They will have things there. Epicurean is Douglas Lang. Correct. Have you tried the Scallywag? Yes. Yes, Richie, I've tried the Scallywag. I've had the Timorous Beastie. I've had the Epicurean naturally. I've had Big Pete. I've had the, what's the other one? There's a couple other ones. There's the Galdrons. I've had that one. And there's also the, what's the island one? There's the island one. Okay, Scallywag. Timorous Beastie would be the Highlands. Then there's the Galdrons, which is the from Campbelltown. Then there's the Epicurean, which is Lowland. Then there is the Rock Oyster, but now they changed the name to it, and the name of it's not called Rock Oyster anymore. They changed the name of the Islands one to something else. It used to be called Rock Oyster. And I'd had two versions of Rock Oyster. There was a regular one and there was a sherry cask. I've had two versions of the Epicurean, the regular one and this cask strength. I've had Big Pete, and then the Big Pete's Pals 2019 fish eel version. And I've got another one. I've got a Christmas Big Pete as well that I haven't had yet. I haven't opened it yet. But yeah, I've had a lot of these Douglas Lang blends, and they are great blended malts. They are absolutely fantastic. And Richie loves the sherried Scallywag. Excellent. DJ says Vegas is the only place I can find my Eldorado 21 rum these days. Yeah, because they have everything. There you go. And Richie loves the Scallywag sherried. It was, wait a minute. No, I haven't had the sherried Scallywag. I've had the regular Scallywag only, but not the sherried one. And Simon says, but unfortunately, Australian whiskey is way overpriced, and that's coming from someone who lives there. Rock Island. Yeah, it used to be called Rock Lobster. Rock Oyster. Here I am thinking of a song by the B-52s, because when they had Rock Oyster, I used the song Rock Lobster in the intro when I made the video. Fish eel version sounds tasty. Yeah, I probably mispronounced it. It's fish eel, but I say fish eel because it's easy for me to say. That's the Island Festival fish eel version. Yeah, that's what I call it. So shoot me. The fish eel. I think that's the correct pronunciation, but you'll have to get someone who speaks Scots Gaelic to say it properly. I'm still up from last night. Just poured my first glass. Wow, way to go, 1-1. I'm up from last night and I've had several drams, but I did take a nap in between. I don't know how long the nap was. I think it was 2 or 3 hours. Right here in my chair, I just fell asleep on the spot. And when I woke up, I felt relatively sober. And I'd had several drams before, just trying to catch up on people's videos and stuff. First glass, way to go. I'm getting near the end because this is the cast strength stuff. This is yowza. Wow. Okay. And Richie's asking, what's your morning pour to DJ11? Fred Lang was just on Aquavite's VPub recommended. My only beef with Aquavite's VPubs is they're so long. I don't necessarily have the time to sit through a couple hours of that. But here I am, and I've been going on for 1 hour and 47 minutes, so I should talk, right? No, I enjoy Aquavite's VPubs. It's just that, first of all, they're at the wrong time because I'm always sleeping when they happen, and then I can't get to them afterwards. Yeah, I see that twice there, Little Max. You put it up twice. Glendronach 12. Oh, that's what you're drinking. Okay, good. Glendronach 12 is one of the better Glendronachs, in my opinion. Simon says, has anyone tried Rock Oyster 18? If so, is it any good? I have an opportunity to buy it, but it's going to cost me 200 Australian. I regret that I have not had the 18-year-old Rock Oyster, so I couldn't tell you. Watch the VPubs on 1.5x speed. That's an answer. There you go. Richie says VPub is on at 1:45 today, so you'll probably be asleep. Oh, correct. I will be asleep. I know that as a fact. I'm always asleep when they're on. And then to catch them later on, and I don't even know, can I turn my phone on to 1.5 times? Because usually if I'm looking at something like that afterwards, it'll be when I'm in my taxi waiting for calls. And I don't know if I can put my phone on 1.5 times the speed to watch VPub. So I don't know. We'll see. There's so many other things to watch right now. Oh, excuse me. All the way to hell and back. There's First Phil. Hi, Foodie. Good to see you. Good to see you too, my friend. Been a while. It's a pleasure to have you with us. 9 people watching. We're slowly losing them because I'm doing all kinds of things like yawning and burping and what have you. Do you have a sweet spot for age statements? Says DJ11. You know what? I've been kind of disappointed and misled by a few age statements. I don't care as long as it tastes good. You know, you can have a 12-year-old whiskey and it's just fine. It's just perfect. It's great. But you'll have the 18-year-old counterpart from the same distillery and it will suck. Now, you would think that an 18-year-old would be better than a 12, but that's not always the case. So age statements don't mean that much to me as long as it's good. You know, but meanwhile, I applaud distilleries who will put, they'll say, this is our whatever whiskey, and it's 6 years old, especially Scotch whiskey. If it's Scotch whiskey and it's if they have the cojones to put on 5 or 6 years old on their whiskey, that's great. Bourbon, okay, bourbon ages faster, so you know you'll have a 7-year-old bourbon that's like superb, that's great, fantastic. Or you know, age statement doesn't mean much when you're talking about something like Kavalan from Taiwan. If it's 5 years old, it's like a 25-year-old Scotch. And same thing from India. If you've got a 5-year-old Indian whiskey, it's like 20-year-old Scotch. That's how quick the maturing goes. So age statement is a relative thing. I mean, I've got some 42-year-old Canadian Club here, but it's not that much. It's no better than a lot of younger whiskeys that I've tried. And there's one non-age statement whiskey, Canadian whiskey, the Crown Royal XR is non-age statement, and I'd say that that's every bit as good as the 41-year-old Canadian Club. So age statements, I don't care as long as it tastes good, as long as I enjoy it and it's quality. That's what's important. So I don't really have a sweet spot for age statements. Not a joke. I watch lots of stuff on 1.5 or 1.25 speed, also available on phones. Well, that's good to know, Little Max. Have you seen the Rock Oyster 24? No, sorry, Santa Cruz, and I have not. Hey, Chris, you're back. DJ says, I haven't liked a lot of the 18-year I've tried. Glenfiddich, Macallan, Highland Park. Yeah. Highland Park's okay. Macallan I never went for because it's expensive. And then there's, was it Glenfiddich that was really good? There are a couple of 18 that are really good. But yeah. One that didn't do it for me that everyone was singing the praises of was the GlenDronach. Was it the GlenDronach? The Allardyce, the 18-year-old. Everyone was singing its praises and how fantastic it is and how great it is. And I tried it and I go, really? Is this what they're singing the praises of? I said, meh. But that's the thing. You can't be wrong. You can't be wrong. It's just an opinion. First Phil says, you're bang on, Foodie. One example is the GlenDronach 8 is better than the 12. Ah, there you go. There you go. It's all about personal preference and opinion. And sometimes the younger However, I have to say that my favorite Laphroaig is the 18-year-old Laphroaig. That stuff is just incredibly good. All clean now, says Santa Cruzan. Okay, whatever that means. Not sure what that means. Glenfiddich 18 is the baked potato whiskey, bland and boring. Wait a second, I gotta check something. Glenfiddich 18. Shit. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I tried Glenfiddich 18 and Glenlivet 18 at the same time, approximately. The Glenfiddich 18 was bottled at 40% ABV, and the Glenlivet 18 was bottled at 43% alcohol by volume. And the Glenlivet was delicious. The Glenfiddich was. I lament the passing of the Glenfiddich 15 that was bottled. It was called Distiller's Edition, and it was bottled at 51% alcohol by volume. That is the best Glenfiddich I've ever had. And it's not available anymore. They don't make it anymore. They haven't made it for years. But that was the best Glenfiddich that I've ever tried. It was 15 years old, and it was called the Distiller's Edition, bottled at 51% alcohol by volume. Mwah! The best Glenfiddich I've ever had. 18 doesn't come close to it because 40%, it's got no alcohol in it. It's weak. It's anemic. It doesn't carry the flavors over. Huh. DJ11 says, your palate is broken. The Glendronach 18 Allardyce is amazing. Hey, it's all about opinions, my friend. Have you gone back to any of your Kilchoman's? Which is your favorite? Right now? The favorite Kilchoman that I have tried, Loch Gorm. That's my favorite Kilchoman. And Simon has a bottle of Glenmorangie 18, and it's not very interesting. I've never tried that one, so I don't know. One Lost Cause. And a whiskey tumbler beneath the name. Great. Was it the Glenfiddich Maltmasters bottle? Oh, good question. No, it was called Glenfiddich 15 Distiller's Edition. That's all I remember. And Peter White still has Still has some Glenfiddich 15 Distillers Edition. Was not available in the US. Wait. Okay, Peter White still has some kicking around. Peter White would have some kicking around. Good gosh. I had my last bottle of that about 3-4 years ago. It's phenomenal. If you're going to hoard something, that's something to hoard for a rainy day. DJ11 says, all Glenfiddich is the licking bark to me, except the IPA is really good. Huh. You haven't tried the 15 Distillers Edition, have you? And Santa Cruzan says, hello, Peter White. That 15 DE sounds great. Yes. DJ11 says, yeah, the Glenmorangie 18 is a snooze fest. Okay. Ulican says, Quinta 14 is pretty interesting. I haven't had that one yet, Ulican. I've had the 12 back. I think the one we still get is the 12. I may get the 14 when I see it, but I haven't really been looking that carefully at Glenmorangie. Richie says, Peter White, hey, bro. And Richie says, hey, at Lost Cause. DJs, both Quinta Rubens are delish. Okay. Well, I had the 12 and it was fantastic. It was great stuff. And Simon says, Quinta 14 is more interesting than the 18. Well, there you go. So yeah, age statement doesn't mean much, but there's only one 21-year-old whiskey that I ever bought. And that would be the Old Pulteney 21. That stuff is fantastic. The Old Pulteney 21 is what's the finish? It's a special cask. It's not Marsala. It's Fino Sherry. Oh, is that amazing stuff? Not hoarded, just so far back in the cabinet, pain in the ass to dig it out. I wish I had your problem, Peter. Every Glenmorangie except the 18 has been really tasty, says DJ11. Lost Cause says Glenmorangie 10 with a few drops of port. Quinta 10. There you go. Plus 14 says Lost Cause. And DJ11 says Yamazaki 18 is my unicorn. $800 to $1,000 now. I wouldn't pay that kind of. If I pay over $200, that's a lot. And especially now with the economy in the toilet like it is, if I pay more than $100 for a bottle of whiskey, it's too much. Right now, I just can't. My earning is down to half of what it was before this COVID thing started. And so one Lost Cause, that's the old trick, says Ulican. Yeah, the old trick, of course, of adding a couple drops of sherry to your 10-year-old Glenmorangie. First Phil says, I have the Bowmore 18 and I find it bland compared to Laphroaig 18, which is a class above. Oh, Laphroaig 18 is my favorite Laphroaig. I can't get it anymore. Bowmore 18 is nice, but it's no Laphroaig 18. It's just not. They are in a different. They're in a different universe. Those two. But for what it is, Bowmore 18 is all right. It's nice. It's pleasant, or at least I remember it being so. But Laphroaig 18 is marvelous stuff. If I could get it, I would have it. And Ulican saying, now with the economy in the state it is, whiskey will get cheaper and there'll be fewer shysters around. Fingers crossed, says DJ One. If anything, there will be more shysters around because of the economy being where it is. Everybody's going to be trying another angle to try and make a buck. One Lost Cause says Bowmore 10 Donis Moore is a stonker. You need to try it. If I ever find it, I might. And no Japanese whiskey is worth the money they charge. Buy a top-of-the-line Kavalan Solist for 75% less. Kills Japanese whiskey dead. Yeah, well, except if it's the Sherry Solist. I didn't like that at all. But Japanese whiskey, it's much of it isn't even Japanese. It'll say Japanese whiskey on it, but it's much of what goes into it is it's all blended, right? And they blend in some whiskey from Scotland. They blend in some whiskey from Canada. They blend in some whiskey from all over the place. And since the rules are so lax in Japan, they can blend anything into it, and they'll call it Japanese whiskey and sell it to you. Yeah, Japanese is overrated and overpriced, and that's just because people perceive, they perceive. As soon as they see Japan on the label, they equate that with quality, and so they'll pay for it more. Doesn't mean it's any better. It's just the perception. It's just the way people see it. But not. But not in control of the Whiskey Lake. Okay, I don't know what you're saying there, Ulican. Sorry. At Peter White, the top of the line Kavalan are $525. That's a lot of money for a whiskey. A lot of money. DJ11 says he likes that at Peter White. If you like Japanese, Kavalan isn't comparable, just a whole other profile. That is true. That is true, Dustin. I've seen Kavalans for $750. I'm like, how old is it again? Well, no, DJ, you got to think about it this way. In Taiwan, stuff ages fast because of the hot climate. So if it's 5 years old, it's like 21 years old from Scotland. That's how much maturation happens in that climate, because it's a hot climate. So you can't really, you can't trust an age statement. Age statements don't mean anything anyway. Except if you're a snob and say, oh, this is like 42-year-old, Okay. Peter White says to DH Silv, not really. 1 or 2, maybe. 13-year-old Virgin Oak is 250 Canadian. Compared to, say, like Hibiki 21, it's a joke. Okay. DH Silv says, that was a special one-off bottling, not a standard release. The standard top of the line range is 525 USD now. Okay. I don't know. I don't buy Cavalans and Japanese whiskeys that much anyway. Actually, the PX top of the line Cavalan is 800 USD, says DH Silv. Yeah, too rich for my blood. It's not happening. Ulican says shysters won't be in control of the whiskey lake that the industry will be trying to sell. Only way to shift it is to up quality, lower price. Yeah, I can see that too. Peter White says DH Silv 2 Solus in Alberta range between 160 and 270 Canadian. That's in Alberta, yeah. Still doesn't make it worth 750. Those are the cheaper ones. Yeah, okay. Those don't have the fancy boxes. Question, is Macallan overrated? Says Art Mort. My Cavafan Sherry Solist is 8.5 years old and was 230 Canadian. Okay. DH Silv says, hey, Dustin. Oh, Richie says, hey, Dustin. And DH Silv said, that's not their higher end range, Peter. Whiskey history repeats itself, and that's what happened last time. Yeah. History does keep repeating itself. Wow. This is going good. Good chat, guys. Good chat. I applaud all of you. You've been keeping this thing alive while I've just been sitting here getting more and more tired. Fantastic. Fantastic stream, my friends. We've been going on for more than a couple hours. My final dram is almost done. It's getting there. Oh, what else is happening? I don't know. So Foodquake did say earlier you didn't go to sleep yet. No, not yet. Well, I did sleep in my chair for a little while, but I need to go to sleep because I will be working tonight. Now it is 9:52 a.m. So in about 6 hours, I'll be waking up to go to work. So I should just finish this dram and go to sleep and wake up for work. Peter says, DH Silv, I have never seen one, and then none have ever come to Alberta, and Cavalan is all over the shelves. Okay. Lagavulin time, says JF. Yeah. Get some sleep, buddy. It's been a blast. Indeed, DJ, it's been great. Thank you for joining me. And DH Silv says to Peter White, the ones with the fancy medals on the bottle and in the huge finished wood boxes. Oh, well, there you go. Finished wood boxes for Cavalan. I've never seen that one. DH Silv says those used to be a lot cheaper, but in the last few years, the prices have rocketed. Yep, they're behind the glass at Total Wine. There you go. DJ11, yeah. And shockingly, I'm seeing at 525, they're selling out. Oh, can you say bah? Wow. It has been a total blast, gentlemen. It has been fun. It has been a pleasure, but I still have a little bit left of my final dram. Well, I'll go on for a few more minutes. Oh, this is great. Cast strength all the way, baby. Okay. Santa Cruz says, it's been a blast. Sir Quig is a master of lives. And yes, it's nice to have the wrench. Right on. I don't see the wrench in this instance because I'm using StreamYard rather than the whatever Google and YouTube have done to the whole thing. You can't just click on it. They want you to download some software and stuff now. So I'm just using the StreamYard just because it's easier. Right. I'm not here yet in my journey, says DJ11. Whoa, cheers, Andy, says Richie. Found one for $225 on sale, 50% a few years back. Mind-blowingly good. What was that? Yeah, okay. Me too, Quig, still sipping. Okay. Lost Cause says, picked up a Signatory Glenlivet 34, $400. Deals are still out there, yeah. Nice, says DH Silv. I've seen a few online in Alberta, but not at those prices. Okay. Now that's the deal I'm looking for, says DJ11. Refill sherry. Little Max says, thanks for the show, Craig. Fun as always. Well, you're welcome. And DH Silv, Dustin says, Peter White, a lot of old stock still around, and I'm sure you guys get better prices than in the States. All right. Soren SRN says at Food Quick, take care, bud, with this Corona shit. Protect yourself. Okay. They're going up, 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 and away, says DH Silv. That's the prices. Yeah. Get a 10-year-old Signatory Glenlivet first fill sherry, $180. Cool. It's probably better than the Glenlivet, better than the official bottlings of Glenlivet, I'm pretty sure. Well, my friends, Slanchava, it's been a wonderful time. Thank you very much for joining me. And where's the off button? I think it's right there.